Welcome back, everybody, to This Is My Bourbon Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me this week, it's Jimi Hendrix.
I'm Eric.
Hey, Eric's here. Whiskey Mutant's back. Hope you guys been well. It's been, I feel like this always happens when we do something off-site or we do something abnormal. I feel like it's been a long time since we've recorded.
It's been a long time. Shouldn't left you
Without you, my friend.
without a dope beat to step to.
I thought we were doing
It's been a long day.
that stupid song.
Oh my God.
Look who it is! Hey, man!
Was this planned?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because it's fun to do this to you.
Oh Lord, now I've got to change how I do things.
It's okay. He's not going to be here super long, but Swan's here.
Oh my God.
He's got all the whiskey that we were supposed to get from him.
Oh.
Do you want me to plug you into a mic too?
Why not?
All right. Audio only. You can't even see him, but Swan's made a surprise appearance for a moment.
It's got a dent in it. Who did that?
That happened the very first week we had that microphone.
Well,
Yeah. Broke it in quick. What is that?
I'm
I'm going to make you pair that.
What is it?
Don't you worry.
We're just not going to tell him?
Is this like which way does this go?
A little bit more towards your
Oh,
mouth.
this is from Costco.
That's not at all it.
It says Costco right there.
Sure. Casco.
C-A-S-C-O.
Casco.
Costco.
Yeah, here, give me that.
Oh, I love surprising you on stuff.
Oh, Chad, why did you do this?
Oh, I don't want it. Chad touched it.
He actually bottle chugged it.
Well, I definitely don't want it then.
Do you need a wine opener?
I am the wine opener.
That'd be-
You just got one of those?
Well, it's my
Well, it's
pocket
his
knife.
Swiss Army from his grandpa.
Yeah.
Wish I had one of those.
My grandpa?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And a dad.
Oh, man. That energy's carrying over from the pregame chats. Well, while Swan's doing that... Oh,
And it's gone. It's done.
okay. Swan, don't kill yourself, please.
I might need a cork, y'all.
And just a cork?
I'm sure there's something that can fit on the top of that bottle.
I think we've probably got something around here. In the meantime, I want to let you know how you can follow up with the show if you want to do so. You can follow us on social media at My Bourbon Pod, at Whiskey Mutant, and also at Swan TBF.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can send us
Swan's
questions.
currently on a world tour.
Well, he's celebrating.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
he's, female listeners.
Have you guys ever had vintage port?
No.
You got to try it.
Smells
I'm
like
so
chocolate.
excited.
It's gonna kill your palate if you
Well-
do the Jackie D first. You gotta get a little port action.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
But
Do you want to pour yourself some?
I'll tell you about it
This
after
will kill
you try
our palate?
No,
No, the
the
Jack
Jack
will.
Daniels. It's
Oh.
yeah. So that's 20%, not 66. So
20%.
And we're reviewing the new 2XO as
Love it.
well.
Do you
But-
need a glass? Are you drinking? What's going on?
I
No,
do
I'm not
want you
drinking.
to. Well, I want you to try the. Wow, it looks like whiskey.
I know.
I was not expecting that.
I know.
This
I
is
I
what
thought port was
from
like
Costco.
it's 45-year-old port wine.
Man, I didn't know Costco had that kind of stuff. You need a glass?
No, I'm good. I'll try whatever Perry's got for me, but I'm good on this. I just had a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I wanted Swan to try this Wolves whiskey single malt that I drank on last night for my live stream. 7 years old, 110 proof, 11 barrels. Holy moly, that nose is crazy.
I know.
I don't think I've ever had anything this old.
So most,
Like as far as age goes, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
most port is in like 5 different ways. You got LBV port, which is just latest bottled vintage, and it's usually really sweet. You got 10, 20, 30, and 40. This is 45, so it's a Colheita port.
Okay.
But it's also not that crazy ruby color you were kind of
Right.
expecting.
Yeah.
So it's a little different, but it to me starts reminding me of a little bit more brandy.
Oh, okay.
So when you get into it, it almost is going to be as rich and viscous, especially the legs on the glass, as like a really dense cognac or brandy.
Yeah.
Smells like chocolate cherries.
Yeah, but something about it not being distilled is just a blast of flavor. Little flavor blast action.
Whoa. Why? That's messing with my head. It tastes like cherry syrup.
I love it.
Right?
It's weird, but it's so good.
I love it.
Wow. 45 years old.
45, yeah.
What do you think?
I feel like I'm not supposed to be drinking it.
I know, right? It feels medicinal.
That's what I'm saying. Like it feels, yeah. It feels like the best cough syrup I've ever had.
It does definitely make me feel like I'm healthier for having.
Does it feel like you need to hold
Drank
the
it.
glass like this?
Kind
like
of
a fancy
yeah.
brandy,
kind
like
of in the
snifter
in the
kind of thing.
the cognac way.
Yeah, just swirl it around.
I've truly only sat down and had brandy once in my life, and it was the night that I asked my father-in-law if I could marry his daughter.
That has got to be the most Godfather-esque, intimidating thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. By the time I got done, or by the time I was like leaving, and was like, "Hey, you want to walk out the door? I mean, walk to my car." We had, between the three of us, had a full bottle of wine and then some brandy. So
Nice.
the nerves were gone.
Nerves were gone.
I'm sure a lot of stuff was gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I drove home okay.
Nice. Nice.
Anyway, plugs. At My Bourbon Pod, at Whiskey Mutant, at Swan TBF. If you want to leave us a 5-star rating and review, you can do so in app. Right friggin' in app. You can do it.
Do it.
It's great. It helps us out a whole lot. What else? Send questions or comments to thisismybourbonshop at gmail.com. We love hearing from you. You can find all of our apparel and merchandise at bourbonshop.threadless.com. You can leave us a voicemail. We have 2 barrel rings this week.
2,
because we didn't get to the one from last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Same person, by the way, sent them in.
Well, that's fine.
Both of them in.
Wait, there's no rules with the barrel.
There really aren't. It was 859-428-8253.
You're supposed to say the number.
I don't have it memorized, much less can I actually harmonize the thing. So
Leave us a voicemail. We'll listen to it for our Barrel Rings segment. It's always fun. It's an easy way for you to get on the show. And last but not least, support the show on patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. For as little as $5 a month, you get bonus content in it.
Bonus.
You know you can do that in phone, right? You don't have to do it with the...
Yeah, but this is old school.
Yeah, you're right.
We're old school today.
It's old school.
Old school day. We're drinking 45-year-old Costco stuff.
You were drinking a 45-year-old Costco, man.
Well, wouldn't be the first time.
that's why I take
Won't
some
be the
medicinal.
last.
What? What are you doing at the hospital?
Yeah.
Making money, baby. Any way I can.
Anyway, you can also buy tickets for our meetup weekend and live show over on Eventbrite. The link for that is in the description and basically on all social media. The meetup weekend is going to be awesome.
Even better now.
Yeah.
We got a barrel pick for it.
And I just found out today that somebody else might be able to join us.
Oh.
Might be able to. It's gonna be good. I tried to come last year and it didn't work.
So Swan's probably going to be around too.
He better.
Which, you know, all three of us, that's going to...
If he wasn't, I would make a chain that hung my phone and I would just FaceTime him the whole time.
I would love that.
Okay,
That almost
script.
makes me not want to go, just so
No,
I
no,
can
no.
experience life as Eric. Just a constant
Oh,
POV.
boy.
Oh, that would...
Oh, no.
Oh, no. You can't record any more video.
I've been...
Here, do it on my phone.
Too many Disney trips over here.
Sure, I got one coming up, baby.
Here, it's in cinematic for you.
Oh, now he's going to be cinematic.
How much of your phone is taken up by Little Debbie snack cake
I haven't
photos?
started recording.
Okay, hold on. Let me just delete some stuff here so I at least have... how much is... I don't know. It's mainly videos of my kids and stuff,
Why
honestly.
would you do that when you could take a picture
I
of Little
know.
Debbie?
I know.
I'm stealing this cork.
That was perfect. Look at that.
I know what I'm doing.
That stuff is amazing, though.
You're welcome. Some more of it.
I might have a little bit more of it.
It's different.
Especially since it's only, I mean, it's low proof. It's not like I'm killing myself over it.
Fred Gilbert gave me this bottle, by the way.
Oh, Fred.
And it's awesome. I love it. I've been staring at it for like 6 months now, waiting to pass these stupid exams so that I can get into it.
And do you know what that means? He passed his exam.
I passed my exams.
What are you
I did
looking
it.
A tripod for the phone.
I do not have a tripod for the phone right now. Well, you didn't know.
All right, let's see. What are we doing now? Let's see.
I think we were kind of done. I don't know. What else was there?
You haven't tried the one stuff.
I did try the one stuff. Holy sherry influence to the malt's a little weird. That's all I got.
It's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I don't mind it, though.
No, it's not even a bad weird. It's just me trying to figure it out. It's like when I tried some of the stuff from Westland and they do that 6-row barley, and it's just me trying to understand what the heck is going on.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but it's like Bruichlotti's sister distillery, so there's a lot of funky characteristics that you don't get on a whole lot of other malt. So I'd be willing to bet they're picking out some weird malt to start with, and it's got some character to it.
I didn't realize that Bruichladdich was pronounced Bruichladdich.
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
Tell us.
Bruichladdich or something? I don't know.
That's close.
Yeah.
I might even be wrong. Who knows?
Bruichladdich?
Somebody is listening.
I think it's not that.
And they're going,
It's definitely not that. I will say that much. This is spectacular, though. I wish that my grandparents were still alive so I could share some of this with them.
Yeah.
This feels like
stuff.
something I would have had with my... Oh, you saw the calendar for the first time.
I did, and I thought it said Indian Oily instead of Ollie, and I
we
was
haven't
just
even
like,
changed
man.
it, and we've lost a whole month.
Yeah, you want to know what's bad about March, too?
What?
There we go. Swan, do you want to participate in Flying Blind?
Sure. What are we doing?
I don't know. So, Eric provided it this week.
Ah.
You're going to have to film.
Well, maybe I can just cut around some stuff. I need to...
I like how you have two cameras pointed at you.
There are.
Guys, I'm feeling vicious. I'm unstoppable.
All right.
Come at me, bro.
Don't look over here.
I'm not looking.
You don't either.
Swan!
Oh, feeling vicious. I'm going to cheat at Flying Blind. All
This
right,
is good. This is real good stuff.
Glass for you.
There's my gun, Karen.
Okay.
I don't know. Is that one too stinky from the...
Stinky!
From the what?
From the malt?
You really need to finish that sentence. I'm just like, what did he do to this
Is
Glencairn?
it too stinky from last night?
Last night. Am I using this glass or not?
Yeah, just throw it in there. It's fine.
Go for it.
Okay.
You looked again.
I can't see anything. I need new prescription so bad.
That's not why he...
Trying to cheat.
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, hello.
Looking.
Huh?
I told him to stop looking.
Oh.
And this is called Timber Vision. Boner. Boner.
Boner. Can you like do the flashing just like lights at the top and it just says boner?
Yeah, I definitely can.
Okay, good. I know it's a hard edit, but
Yeah.
at least something's got to be hard.
Patreon might be getting their own version of the video edit
That's
this
fine.
week.
That's fine. I know what I'm about. Why are we doing this at the end? What have I missed?
We just started.
I thought you were ending. You said you wrapped it up. I'm losing it, guys. 2 sips of port.
We literally said we just started, and we were doing the intro when you walked in.
I've been out too long.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't use. Maybe we just go to it. My arm is numb right now for this.
You can. I mean, I didn't ask for the glorified camera here. I do like the
interaction
this,
that you have.
Yeah, that's fun.
Oh, now it's more focused on Eric than it is you.
All right, Flying Blind, let's go.
It smells great.
Yeah, I really like this. I think y'all are going to like it too.
Ooh. That is really good.
That's dry. My gums.
Gummy bears.
It is. It reminds me of sometimes when you get something that's like just super, super toasted and it just like pulls the moisture out of your mouth. I've gotten that on a few Nulu picks, but it's always like the rye where you can tell they were like, I've even heard Jay say it before. He's like, I'm going to send it to Toasted Hell. And I'm like, oh.
Toasted Hell.
Okay.
I need to send you home with a sample of the Matt Madness Nulu pick.
I'm here for it.
It's wild. I mean, it's one of the crazier finished bourbons I've ever had.
I'm game for it.
I know you
Let's
are.
do
His
it.
game.
What is this?
This is a pick from ASW. From our friends at BS and Bourbon. This is a Fiddler Georgia Heartwood bourbon whiskey refinished with hand-harvested charred oak staves. So we've been on this stave kick and doing all that. So this is one of these ASW things that Bob and James were able to do. It's 6 years old, 107 proof.
It smells crazy.
And I messaged James and I was like, dude, this is phenomenal.
Yeah.
That is really good.
So yeah, it's a single barrel from ASW, finished with some staves.
Swan's walking away.
He's left 25 staves to be exact.
This is just his exit. He's like, see you guys. He tried one sip of this and he was like, I don't think so.
Oh, he's checking out the thing.
What's up, Jonathan?
Johnny. There it is.
We got it figured out.
And now Swan's in his third camera because you went from my phone,
Your phone to my phone.
Now his camera.
Guys, I am just meant for the camera. That's all it is. All three of them.
All three cameras.
I'm going to start taking just selfies, just constantly.
Are you gonna do that thing in the mirror where it looks like you're like in like 100 different pictures? It's like where you have a mirror here and a mirror there, and it's like.
Yeah. I could
You have no
definitely.
idea what I'm talking about, do you?
No, I know what you're talking
Okay.
about. I also might be that person at the gym that like gets their camera out at 5 p.m., sets it up, and then they're like, "You're walking in my view."
Oh, you're one of those.
I could do that. I could be one of those.
So many people at the gym at 5 p.m.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you go early
I go at 5 a.m.
and you want to take a video to make sure you're not hurting yourself, whatever, that's fine. Do it at 5 p.m. and you're like, "Why are you in my view?" You're one of those people. You fall into the bad category.
That's fair.
I'm about to be that person.
the bad boys.
Yep.
Duh.
Duh.
Also, there is a lot more left in this pick than I thought there was.
I was very generous in how much got charged for a lot of these bottles. I want you to fully enjoy it. That stag pick is phenomenal.
I remember having it because you gave us samples
You
of
gave us
it.
a sample.
so different than you probably remember.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of controversy around that pick.
Smell that.
Oh yeah, baby, that's some
grapey.
staggy
Good
boy.
grape.
That's staggy boy.
the only stag that I'll have been able to get or try in the past year or so.
Yep.
I'm so excited about that, man. Thank you so much for bringing this stuff with you as well. But now that you're here, and I got to ask you, what have you been drinking recently?
Oh, so much. I've been really on my Wolf of Wall Street, like
That's kind of stuff.
keeping it clean, just
Cocaine off of a-holes.
Yep. It's a good time. But specifically mine, I took some ribs out to get flexible. But
Marilyn Manson style.
yeah, exactly. But no, honestly, just a lot of bourbon that was low because I'm so tired. I'm probably going to have to move again somewhere in the Covington, Northern Kentucky area. And I'm just like, I got to get rid of some of this stuff. I'm so tired of moving it. So if it's low, I've been drinking it. So I have a lot of, I had like a Wathans Select. I'm finishing that up.
I feel like I remember that bottle.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
That one was really good.
Is that Heaven Hill distillate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I finished up a 1792 bottled in Bond. And then I also finished up a Kings County peated
Nice.
bourbon.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember that. Crazy bottle.
Weird, for sure.
Yeah.
And just a couple of different things. Nothing like amazing. Chattanooga Port, which I was actually a pretty big fan of. I did not like it when I first opened it. It got some air to it, and I really liked it. But that's about it.
I can't believe you haven't gone, well, I'm going to make my own port finished bourbon.
You guys are welcome to use that sparingly to make blends. I do want to keep some for me. Like half a bottle will be my evening once I land finally.
140 proof.
But you're good.
I just want a little sample.
Yeah.
Honestly, this one is hard for me to drink. But if you get like just a very small amount in a Glencairn and just swish it around, it is Flavor Town.
See, that's the
Guy
opposite.
Fieri pops out.
That's the opposite of the Kings County hazmat I have from Sealbox.
Yeah. Where it's so drinkable.
You're like, oh, no.
Well, see, this one was the one that was at the distillery. This is their first aged
Steven
cast
sent
strength.
that, right? Yeah.
Nice.
And it is different. Very different.
All right.
The Sealbox pick, excuse me, getting choked up talking about it. When we reviewed it, I couldn't feel my legs.
We were doing it at night
on a live stream.
So it was like there were nothing else was happening that night.
I mean, that's how you have to do it.
I think like Lucy was gone too.
Yeah, I was just like doing a live stream at the house and stuff. So
that's like
good.
I don't have a bottom half anymore.
I mean, like the hazmat streams, you got to do it over the internet in your own house. Right?
Oh yeah, no, you've got to be secure. It's like it's like tripping. Like you got to be in a safe space.
it's like me eating Chinese food with Crohn's.
Exactly.
Yeah, I got to be home. I got to be able to go to the bathroom whenever I need to.
Also, I'm going to peel back the curtain here a little bit. The group chat that the three of us have with My Daily Bourbon,
I kind of want to leave it.
where it's just kind of turned into poop updates.
It's either poop updates or Chad saying, "Oh, well, actually, it's like this." That's kind of what it is.
Is Chad the actually guy?
Actually, I talked to the guy, and I was there, and it's not that. Even though they say that.
What's up, Jonathan?
It's not that.
It's so funny because with Chad, like not even an hour ago, I was at Total Wine, just being like, man, it's really good to keep, catch up with you and see you for the first time in a hot minute. And then like not even an hour later, I'm just like, actually, and then buttoning my button to the top. It's like,
Actually.
Eric, what have you been drinking recently?
What have I been drinking? Not a lot, honestly. It's been a busy week for me. But I did have a little bit of Maker's Pick from Ernie's, not sexual chocolate, but the hot fudge sundae the other night.
Have I had that one?
I think so. I think we had it. You had it at my house.
Yeah. Oh,
And-
yeah. You're right.
And it tastes just like a hot fudge sundae.
Yeah.
And I'm still, honestly, the one thing that pops into my head when I think about what I've been drinking is our pick that we did with Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company. That's honestly what I've thought about the whole time since we picked it. So
what?
You don't know about this at all?
No.
This is our weekend pick. Was with Lawrenceburg Bourbon Company.
we posted about this one.
Do you want to...
Guys, I've been studying for like 3 days, just absolutely cramming for this thing.
Do you want to try it?
We got a sample.
Yes.
It's the last of it, but I figure it makes sense just to share it with you.
Can I also give you guys even more bourbon out of this box?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay, great.
This table can hold some more weight.
Not much. There's a lot on this table.
Well, I don't know about that, Perry.
He gone.
Your stuff is in this box too.
Oh, I'll grab it when we get done.
That Wilderness Trail rye pick that's in there.
Baby, I can't
That
wait.
is the best Wilderness Trail pick I've ever had, hands down.
Well,
Which one?
Wilderness Trail rye pick.
the one I got.
It's a New Orleans Bourbon Festival for the year that it got canceled.
Oh, right.
And so they just distributed it to a couple of liquor stores, and somebody found one for me.
I remember that.
But yeah, this is what we picked the other day. It's actually, if you're listening and you haven't listened to last week's episode, you can hear the whole pick. But we did the whole pick on air.
All 5 samples. I don't want to reveal just yet the details of it.
Yeah.
I want to hold off on that until the bottles are actually available for people. But we do know kind of generally what some of it is.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
Right.
boys, you've done something.
The first
Told ya.
when all of us sat down and tried it together, we knew immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no way that and we went back and forth on, this was sample 4, and on sample 5 we had one that was really good too, but it was more of a thinker.
Yeah.
And we figured it needs to be something that people are just going to immediately enjoy.
Can I be honest? I've gotten to be very snobby with bourbon. Like
Actually.
it's gotten to the point where like I have actually avoided bottles that I used to like because I've gotten to the point with Scotch. There's such a broad portfolio that I've started to notice that like there's things that I just don't like in bourbon, and with seeing that level of variety in a different spirit, I kind of gravitate towards other things most of the time.
Totally.
And so bourbon, I've just put this absolute lens on. Like I want this out of this bourbon. I want it to be brown sugary. I want the toast. I want the cinnamon toast crunch thing going on. I want that.
Yeah.
And so when I get a whiskey like this that does like a couple of those things phenomenally well,
I'm really happy to have the validation of somebody else who, and like, you know, I trust your palate too. We trust your palate, and I'm just happy to know that, because I mean, you do get kind of in your head afterwards, you know, like, do we make the right choice?
Right,
you know,
right.
like knowing the proof on it now too.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, should we have done like picked another one?
Yeah.
You know, but the thing is, like, regardless of proof, this is a stellar bourbon, and at 4.5 years old,
it honestly, it reminds me of some of the better New Riff picks that I've got, but toasted.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a really good point.
Because it's got that fruitiness balanced out with the slight smokiness that you get out of toasted barrels.
I thought it was a banana split.
I could see that, yeah. Could definitely see that. Especially, it almost has like those kind of churro crunchies
Oh, yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
So I like it. You done good.
There you go. That's an episode.
Hey, ring in endorsement for people who may have been on the fence about grabbing a bottle.
Yeah.
You know.
Just to be 100% blunt, I like this better than the Wilderness Trail pick that you guys did. I think it is
Picking in the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it's not that Picking in the Rain was bad. I just think that, you know, they're 6-year product and now they're 8-year product. You grab them and you're like, oh, this is so good.
Yeah.
And then to go to the 4-year, even at cast strength, you're like, it's very good. It leaves a little to be desired.
But when you've had that older one, you're like, oh, this is where it's at.
And I do think, too, like, to bounce off of that, I think that it is about time that we see Wilderness Trail up their age statement on their main products to 5 or 6 years old.
That's why I brought that pick. It's 5.
Yeah.
So it's up, and it's a rye.
Yeah. What have you been drinking?
I have not really had anything super interesting recently. I had Maker's 46.
Yeah.
Cast strength
Okay.
at Mama and Papa Ritter's.
What'd you have
on
while you
Tuesday
were
night.
playing the other day?
Well. let me just say first and foremost, thank you to anybody who came out and came to see me play. This happens all the time now too. This crying child. Thanks for coming out to O'Shea's in Louisville and seeing me play. For those of you who did, John Hughes stopped by.
Oh, embellish pod.
I think he paid my bar tab.
Let's hope, or they're going to send you a bill.
Well, no. Here's the reason why. Because I went to the bar after we got done playing on Saturday night. And I was like, just asking to close my tab, and she was like, I'm not seeing it, making sure the name was spelled right. And she was like, swipe your card again. She swiped my card again. She was like, you just don't have a tab open.
Nice.
I was like, oh, either it never got opened or somebody paid it for me. And I know John. And he would do that kind of thing. So, John, if that happened, thank you. If not, thank the bar gods, I
You
suppose.
get a text to say, I thought you paid for mine.
But so, my go-to like bar drink, just kind of like a dive bar-y college bar drink, is Miller High Life and Turkey 101.
Okay.
They did not have Turkey 101. A college bar in Louisville, Kentucky.
I bet they had a SoCo and lime.
I'm sure they did, but I went with Knob Creek instead. So I did Miller High Lifes in Knob Creek, just the small batch all weekend. Had a bottle of Benchmark Foolproof with me as well.
Oh, I saw your friends that you played with. They were holding that bottle or somebody was holding that bottle in the picture.
Yeah,
so
and we also were just passing around a Turkey 101 375, just a little travel one.
Okay.
While we were playing, it was a great time. There's now video out there in the ether of me playing "My Hero" by Foo Fighters and headbanging to it. It was a great time. It was some of the best on stage energy that I've ever experienced.
Nice.
I went into, this is off topic, but I went into last weekend on the drive to Louisville from Lawrenceburg, feeling kind of like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. I know I've had my little renaissance with it, but if there's something that I can cut out or reasonably kind of retire in my life, maybe music is the thing I could set aside. And feeling kind of guilty too about how much time I spend away from Lucy and Eden. And then after Friday night, when we got done playing, I was like, I can't stop. I was like, I can't give this up. I got to keep playing. I got to continue music in one capacity or another. So as I've been saying this year, more to come of that.
Nice.
I don't really think. Oh, we went to brunch on Sunday at Palmer's, and I got Rare Breed, which just I hadn't had Rare Breed in a while.
Never heard of that one.
Is it any good?
It's pretty freaking amazing, man.
I have to try that sometime.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant in Frankfurt that Perry now knows about that's got some good Rare Breed.
I've heard good things about this Rare Breed.
I didn't know about this until Super Bowl Sunday, where Todd was saying that, golly. Okay, anyway. That they went to that restaurant for the It's Bourbon Night meetup, and they killed one of the bottles.
Yeah, one of.
Let's
really emphasize that.
Yes. And I still haven't heard back whether or not I can buy one of them. But if I can, it's coming home with me. But it was 1996 Rare Breed, and then the Turkey 101 was from 98 or 99 or something like that. Ridiculous.
Redonkulous.
I miss my hometown so much.
Swan, since you are here in a limited capacity, I'm going to let you dictate where we go next.
What's the review?
It's the 2XO Innkeepers.
The new 2XO.
New 2XO. Is that... Oh, there's no info on it. Okay.
From Dixon Dedman.
I mean, it's the newest product from Dixon Dedman.
Rye bourbon finished.
It's
toasted.
Probably a double oaked product because that's what they do. It's 104 proof.
If I had to guess.
I mean, I can look it up.
Knowing Dixon, I would say it's probably a 4-grain blend.
All right.
Oh, he's leaving.
No, I'm going to the box.
Boy.
So I kind of figured, since there's 3 of us here, usually 3 people episodes take up a lot of time.
Yeah.
So we'll come back around to some of the news and stuff.
We could do that next episode.
Next week, and we'll just take some time to... Oh, snap! The Bourbon God said, yes, please.
Start with that one.
Okay.
You know what this one is.
I know that one. I got some sitting next to me. It's the Heaven Hill 6-year bottle and bond. If anybody has a bottle and they don't want it anymore, let me know, because I want more.
Because I want all of it.
I want all the ham. Do you know that Patton Oswalt bit?
I do not.
You gotta look it up. It's hysterical.
All right.
So what are we doing here? We're just catching up with Swan.
We're just catching up with Swan and drinking some bottles,
giving
man.
you guys some pours. I'm good. I have to cut myself off because I've got things.
So you don't even want the 2XO?
I'll do the 2XO.
You want to do the review then?
Yeah, I'll stay for the 2XO, but I'm gonna cut myself off from else.
Well, I'll just have a little bit of this too. Is this mine?
It is.
Okay,
you own this bottle now.
Okay.
Whoa.
This is a
I'm just getting
Wilderness Trail Rye.
It is,
It's
yeah.
110 proof. It's a pick from New Orleans Bourbon Festival.
I maintain that this is my favorite Wilderness Trail pick I've ever had.
And I'm assuming this is from last year's festival since
2020.
2020, that's my year.
Yeah.
That's where all my stuff comes from.
I know, right?
So this was the year that they had to cancel it due to COVID.
Oh, baby. Not COVID, but this nose on bad COVID. Good rye.
Yeah.
French toast
I don't mean to be
and cinnamon.
boomery like it was better back in my day, but this just screams of a bygone era of barrel picks in bourbon and rye.
This is when you had to know somebody to get in,
Yeah,
you
right.
know?
Yeah. I mean, now, and I understand that they want to make it more accessible to people, more available. But this is the cream of the crop.
This is one of those two that I don't know if I said it last week. I've said it recently that like the proof it's got doesn't match what I taste in a good way. Like I could sit with this in a rocks glass and just kill it because I would be like, oh, this is only like 90 proof. It's so like rye, but like low proof, but it's 110 proof.
Oh, yeah.
Is there?
I feel like I've been transported.
It's peppermint French toast.
Yeah.
If there was like, I don't know, some kind of just think of peppermint French
With bacon.
toast. Oh,
Because
savory.
they're savory, too.
Yeah.
I want to smoke a cigar with this so badly. I want to so badly. I would love every second of it. It's so tobacco-y and leathery.
This has just been sitting in my house for like 2 years.
Now it's gonna be sitting in my house.
It is. It is.
Wilderness
My house,
Trail
my house.
shelf. My house.
Yeah, if I had to pick two for you guys to try that I thought were genuinely unique, outside of the port, obviously.
That and this?
Yes.
Yeah. This is next for us.
Because that has got a very unique non-sweet root beer note on
So
it.
like
A diet root beer?
Not really, like just the have you ever
like
smelled,
the root.
Yeah,
like the bitterness of the root.
sassafras.
Yeah.
Like actually smells like that. And it's very unique. And then it's got the classic Jack Daniels like char, it's got the maple, the normal stuff.
This episode is called Swan Pours Us Things.
I got a question for Swan though while we're pouring this.
Yeah.
We were talking about this earlier. Since this episode will come out after April Fools. And
we kind of bailed on that.
You've
bit.
probably, just for fun, by now seen tons of Bourbon April Fools posts and stuff like blah blah blah.
My favorite are always the Weller posts.
Okay, I was getting ready to say, what's your favorite, and what would you, if you could think in your head right now of a viral April Fool's whiskey post, what would you make it?
I think if I really, really wanted to like just mess with people, you've got to add a BTAC, right? You've got to add some sort of
Elmer T. Lee, Ancient Age.
Yeah.
So what would be your BTAC April Fools?
Honestly, I think it would be hilarious if there was a hazmat Ancient Age. Like you gave it some sort of quality that was like, oh, everybody loves it, hazmat, but then you made it like Ancient Age.
But the label looks like the normal Ancient Age label, but it's like all nice like the BTAC label and stuff.
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious because I feel like that's very believable because they've already got a 6-year in the line.
Yeah.
And so you can just do like an Ancient Age, like we're bringing back the 10-star. but it's just ancient
It's
age.
12-star BTAC
Ancient age antique collection.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. At some point, it's just going to say AA a bunch of times, and then you're going to be like, "Hey, this is Sean," and then they're going to be like, "Hi, Sean," like it's going to talk back to you. But
It's an AI.
yeah, no, like an AA meeting, like. But yeah,
Your bottle is your AA meeting because it's AI.
Yeah.
This still smells good.
By the time it gets done talking to you, you're like, you know what? I'm going to put you back on the shelf. I really don't want to drink you anymore.
you've made some solid points today. You're going back on the shelf.
But like
Solid.
the one from the bourbon review this year, surely this has been done before. But Maker's Mark announces their rye bourbon.
Yeah, that one's
They've
just
done that before,
strange. Yeah,
Green wax and all. And there's already a green wax.
Yeah, it's the
Maker's Mark.
mint julep.
yeah.
I don't know.
Boo.
I think that
Boo on that April Fool's joke.
yeah, I think that they could have done better. I don't know.
I think there's also a fun premise in just the idea of like whiskeys that do actually exist that feel like an April Fool's joke.
Yeah.
Like the Dickel Tabasco that came out,
Yeah.
the entirety of the Good Times brand.
Oh, yeah.
You know what would
See,
be
that's
good?
that's a good one because my favorites are the ones that are so
I've got
detailed.
I've got to make this now. I have to make Dickel Hot Ones last dab.
That would be perfect because it's so believable. Like you can see something like ancient BTAC, be like, oh, that's funny, but make one that's so detailed that people really legit are like questioning it. Got to.
I got it. I got to do it, man. I've got to sit. I'm going to be up until 2 a.m. tonight
I could even see like
doing that Photoshop.
a Dickel pickle, like just doing like a pickle juice aged kind of thing. I think that'd be kind of funny. That one's too goofy. People would see through it, but like I could genuinely see like aged pickles. We made like the moonshine pickles or something with Dickel instead of moonshine.
Who does the moonshine pickles? Is that
Old Smoky does
Old
it.
Smoky? Yeah.
Yeah, which I've heard it's basically just for the gimmick of it and then making Bloody Marys. That's it. You gonna rob somebody? What?
He's getting his
It's my ascot.
tasting.
Oh,
It's my tasting bib.
Your tasting bib on. Dickel pickle. But yeah, my favorites are when they get so detailed and real.
every day you become more like Fred.
I think I'm happier than Fred is. I think I'm okay. Not happier, jollier is probably the better.
Okay.
What makes Fred mad?
Existence. Anyway, I want to try this Jack Daniels.
You also have a bottle of this now, so
Yeah, I do. I haven't had a bottle of Jack Barrel Proof in so long. It's probably going on about.
I want to see an April Fool's where it's so subtle. It's a Jack Daniels, but it says bourbon on it. And people lose their minds.
I mean, people already. When I was still working at Total, people kind of lost their minds over the Dickel bourbon.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Watch Matt Madness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, oh my God.
The controversy.
Let me go grab the bottle. That's interesting.
Sorry, Josh.
Did you get any of the sassafras?
Mm-hmm.
It's so syrupy.
Boy, it smacks you.
It do smack.
It do be clapping.
Yeah. Remember the thing
Oh,
you sent
I
me
know.
the other day, the clapping cheeks?
Yeah, he
thing?
got it too.
Oh yeah. I half expected it to be a prank. They're pushing the buggy around.
Oh yeah.
And it was like bonk, bonk, bonk. So bad. Scaredy.
This is why we can't have three of us on the show.
It's so funny because on the Discord, there's that one chat, and I go in there.
yeah,
I'm like,
baby.
my heavens, you guys are getting crazy in here.
But you sent me an
I know,
elephant
right?
with a swinging member.
Yeah. And then on Instagram, I'm sending you guys stuff. I'm just like, whoo.
My grandmother would have had an aneurysm had she had seen this.
Yep.
Oh, my stars and garters.
That's good.
This is a fantastic pick.
Good job, Meyer.
I think they have more.
Meyer Grocery.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they were like, we're pricing them to move because nobody wants them. I'm like, I want them. So I bought one just to see if it was actually good. Maybe it was just a genuinely
this weekend.
bad
Dang.
pick, and it was great.
I'll be there sometime. I got to pick up the Wrestling with Whiskey pick.
I bought all but one. That's my rule. I always try to, unless it's the last one on the shelf, when I get to it, I try to leave one.
That's a really, really good call.
Yeah.
What if
Do
there's
that,
like 30?
people.
Huh?
What if there's like 30 of them?
I mean,
I
if
bought
there's
29
30 people
bottles
that
and I
want
left
them,
one.
sure. I mean, I'm not above that. I bought 4 of these.
Yeah.
So one of them's for me. Second one is for me. and then there was somebody I was supposed to send a bottle out to like 5 months ago, and I got lost in studying. And so I'm just
How
like,
dare you wait 5 months to send something to somebody?
I know.
How dare you?
I know. You would never.
I would never.
But no, it's
It's been
it's gonna get tucked in as a little apology, like, oh, sorry
That's
about
cool.
that. So, especially since it was
Yeah.
relatively cheap for a barrel pick of that.
yeah. This is spectacular though.
It is. It's really good.
I'm a big fan. 2XO though. Dixon Dedman's second release of 2XO, 2 times oaked.
It's got a little.
The Innkeeper's release.
It's got a little. What is that called? A lamp thing? A light on it?
A lantern?
A lantern? The Innkeeper's Blend is the second release in the ongoing small batch blend series from 2XO, 2 times oak. Each release is unique, created by blending select stocks of my finest barrels and crafted using my double barreling process. The Innkeeper's Blend pays homage to my family's long history in hospitality and values instilled along the way. Never forget your past. I haven't forgot yet.
I can't remember.
Still waiting on my dad to come back.
Oh man!
Every week. Do we need to compare this to the Phoenix
Do you have some?
blend? Yeah.
I like that Dixon has gone out of his way to put stuff that's genuinely relevant and works for the brand, as opposed to just like back in 1864, my granddaddy. Like it's relevant
and it's affordable too.
Yeah, it is.
It's
a premium,
reasonably affordable.
affordable premium.
Compared to
Yeah.
what?
Compared to Kentucky Owl.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna everybody knows it. You know what we're about here.
You know what we're about. Hot dudes on calendars.
Oh boy, I do not have much left of the Phoenix blend.
that's okay.
Why don't you compare it to the Phoenix Blend?
Yeah, we're both trying to not die.
Okay, well, I gotta go to Buffalo Trace later.
Hey, you got any more of that Knob Creek 9 left up at the top? Ho ho.
You want some?
No, I'm good. I just wanted to know if it still existed, just for my own personal curiosity.
Yeah, it does.
That thing is so good.
That's why it's up there up top, because
Keep you out of it.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I've been good about not getting the last of my C918 out as well. So
Yeah. Oh, I got you all those Elijah Craigs too. I forget.
yeah, they're gone.
Yeah. Those things were so good.
They're gone or in my Infinity bottle.
Just being
Elijah
able to
Craig
get
barrel
a
proof
spread of Elijah Craig to just try at home, and then just constantly go back and forth because each release is a little different
Yeah.
every time you go back to it. It's so nice.
My issue is that I just love it too much.
I mean, I can't say anything. I've started to notice that if I have a choice,
Change
like
the neck
genuine
label.
choice between what I pick, cash strength every time.
Yeah. Oh
Every time.
For sure.
And I'm such a proof hound, with the exception of Evan Williams single barrel in 1783.
All right.
Ooh.
America.
Crispy.
So what the fwick and fwick? So last week when we were at Lawrenceburg, Greg, who is Australian, wanted Eric to try Vegemite for the first time.
Oh, you've not had it? Have you had it?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I love it, dude.
I'm not a fan. But I'll have it without making too many faces.
But when Eric opened the thing of Vegemite, he goes, Australia. It was so good.
You know, it took me a second to get used to it, but I had to like get it out of my head that it wasn't like Nutella because it looks like Nutella.
It's nothing like
It
that.
tastes like you took all the meats on a charcuterie board and put it into a paste,
Yeah.
and then you put it on a cracker.
That's not refrigerated.
It's
Yeah, that too.
They really got to hammer that home.
too.
it took me a second, but I kind of enjoyed it after a while.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's really good on just like some buttered toast.
But I had to get in my head that this is not a sweet like peanut buttery or Nutella type thing.
You know what is good from Australia that's sweet? Tim Tams.
Oh
Tim
I love
Tams
those.
are
Get after some Tim Tams.
So many different flavors of those too.
The mint Tim Tams with a good rye is pretty
Nice.
tasty.
Ooh, we
I
gotta
was
do that now.
surprised. Whoa.
Huh?
Not what I was expecting at all.
Did someone up in my nostril?
Perry just went snorkeling above water.
I didn't mean to. A dry drowning.
Oh,
Oh, it opens
you
up.
smell the Phoenix.
They're so similar.
Oh, it's like a
It's like single barrel versions of the same bourbon.
but one is like the 2XO is almost like the
Wait, the Phoenix?
the Phoenix blend. Yeah, they're both 2XO. The first one is almost like a bakery. And the second one is like a restaurant, like a sawmill gravy type.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
for
the
sure.
savory version of the other one.
Smell of that. But they are similar though, right?
Oh, they're definitely
I
have
can
the
see
same.
that they're from the same kind of vein.
Yeah.
You know, you can
Same family tree.
Yeah, but the one that we're reviewing today, have you guys ever had that or done? I guess had it. You won't have it, but done one of those like pots with like oranges and this, that, and the other, and you put it on the stove, and it just like makes the house smell good. Have you ever
Yeah,
had that?
yeah.
It smells like that to me.
I get like this.
Yeah, like potpourri.
A little bit, yeah.
I get a peppery, like almost like a gravy. No, like it's weird.
I do too.
It's savory gravy. Oh, this smells.
I like this. It's a good mixture of like a little sweet,
Yeah.
a lot of savory.
It's pretty viscous too. Like it's like running around the glass.
I mean, this. I wouldn't be surprised if there was something in this blend that was at least 12 years old.
The more you smell it, too, the better it gets.
Oh man,
Ooh, baby. There's a little jelly in there.
Oh, pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly, a little sweet and pepper. Yeah. This is taking a biscuit with some jelly, but you got a little side of that gravy, that peppery stuff on the side, and you're just like mixing it together.
You know what I find really interesting about this, and I think this is probably a note that I would give for the Phoenix blend as well. It doesn't scream double oaked to me. It more so reads as an old product.
Yeah.
Like I would be, we don't know what the blend
Right.
in this is. I could probably text Dixon right now and find out what the blend in it is. And in fact, I'm going to do that. I'll finish my sentence first, but I think it just goes to show that Dixon's approach to crafting products is so much more on just what can I do with what I have? You know, make it the best version of itself without trying to make it gimmicky or without trying to make it, you know, something that's going to catch people's eye because it's popular.
Yeah. No, I get you.
I mean, this just feels like really good whiskey.
It is really good whiskey.
It is without trying too hard.
Right. Man. That really does. It reminds me of Grand's gravy, and I'm eating like a biscuit and jelly with it.
So I think this is probably the most appropriately named blend.
The Innkeeper's blend, yeah.
This just feels
It's like being at the inn, like going down there and getting some breakfast.
It almost feels like if you were an innkeeper and you had to deal with the potpourri making the room smell good, getting this done, then you went down, you dealt with the kitchen and the breakfast and the B&B aspect of it. And at the end of the day, I feel like almost you would smell like this. Like it would.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
All the different like types, all you know, all the different things you're doing.
Yeah, and I think really my only complaint, and I'm going to have this with a lot of things that are going to be roughly around 104 proof, like this one is I just want more proof. I want more of it. That's it. But the flavor is, I mean, it's nailed.
Yeah.
It really is.
It is. I think they are going to be. I listened to his podcast where our friend Eric Jansen was on.
Yeah, that's
fun.
right.
It's a fun episode, but I think Dixon mentioned some special, like the premium products coming out, maybe some single barrel type stuff and all that. So that might be where the higher proof comes in.
It could be, yeah.
I am okay with this being at the proof point that it is, though. I mean, genuinely, I think that now 2 products in, you might have said this, I'm sorry if I missed it, but 2 products in, I think that this is an establishment enough to show us that they know what they're doing with their products.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I think that, and it's not to say that, you know, we didn't have faith in Dixon post Kentucky Owl, because he was still making great bourbon and rye.
Yeah.
It's just, it got too expensive.
I think my only thing was like, oh, what's he going to be able to get to make his product with? You know, like.
Well, yeah, but I don't think that the stock that he bought was necessarily reserved only for Kentucky Owl. I think it was his stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have you guys ever had a bourbon or really just any food that when you eat it, it like takes you back to a weird like memory, just a little like placement?
I do that all the time.
Yeah, this one's doing that for me. Yeah. It's freaking me out a little bit because my grandmother has like this old farmhouse from like the early 1900s and she still lives in it, loves that house, will never leave. And every time I went there during the summer, we would pick corn and like take green beans and break them in half while we were watching TV and stuff and pick tomatoes and that kind of thing. But every morning you'd get up, you'd have those old, dusty, creaky floorboards, and you'd have her making pepper gravy.
The blankets were kind of old.
The blankets were kind of old. It feels every bit like that.
It's
a little weird.
I get that.
Dixon said that the average on this is about 7 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's healthy.
I like it.
I think it drinks older.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I truly think it
I
drinks
think that
older
just
than 7
shows
years.
the blending process and what he put together. Man, me happy.
I'm glad you've had a week. So
I like that a lot.
It's good to hear.
I like a lot.
This is so good. $90 a bottle?
I think I got it for 95. I think it's like 99 or something like that.
We'll say it. We'll say 100.
Yeah.
It is pricey.
I mean, yeah,
it is,
I think anything above 50 is pricey. But once again, I'm repeating myself, but we're in that time where 50 to 100 is not the same as it used to be. It's almost the average.
So in direct response to somebody who commented on our episode where we reviewed the Heaven Hill Corn whiskey. They're out in California, and they said, well, there's no way that I would be able to get a bottle of this for less than $2,000. And the thing is, I've said this before, I'm sorry if it's tired at this point. When we review products, we base our price score on the MSRP. Because I think that's the most appropriate way to kind of give people a gauge of what they could expect.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the distillery intended. It may not happen.
Exactly.
But it's what they intended.
Yeah.
So they priced that product, a suggested retail price, and they wanted the product to stand up to that price.
Yeah. Exactly.
Not some greedy shop owner that's like, here's my payday. This is my vacation and my pappy, allocation. Like, it is what it is. But
yeah. I've seen shops close over greediness. Like, genuinely, they can't sustain their business because they are too greedy.
Yeah, it is starting to be kind of funny because I've seen a shift of people going towards just the shelf items and just the normal stuff. And so you'll go into some of these shops and you're like, man, they're out of Knob Creek and Knob Creek Rye and Wild Turkey 101 and Ancient Age, and all their benchmark is just shopped out like crazy. And then you look up and you're like, oh, but they got Weller and Eagle Rare and this, that, and the other. And you start looking at the prices.
$450, $500,
oh, yeah.
$750. It's just ridiculous.
You about get sick. You really do.
I understand that the mentality right now is still, people are going to pay that price. Somebody is going to pay that price.
Yeah.
Right? But when are we going to see store owners? I think this goes back to Grease's divisional shift thing.
Dadgummit.
But when are we going to see store owners wise up to the fact that their pricing is driving people away from some of their largest sources of income?
Yeah, I get that. I also have seen and dealt with a lot of shop owners that I go in and I buy a lot of just standard whiskey. That's what my bread and butter is. I'll go to 2 to 3 shops specifically so that I'm not spreading the business all over the place. And if they've got a bottle at $100 over retail,
don't spread your business too far.
Don't spread your business.
You're gonna get in trouble.
You gotta have like 3 kids from different people.
But, if they've got something $50 over MSRP, $100 over MSRP, they'll bring the price down for me because I'm constantly coming in.
That's called loyalty.
What was your birthday wish this year? To spread my business.
Spread my business.
World tour, baby. That's what Swan's doing.
Absolutely. But, I'm okay if they're willing to make those adjustments for their good customers, but it really does suck when, you go in there and you're like, I come in here every week and I pick up the same thing.
Yeah.
I pick up a bottle of wine for a gift for some whatever, and then they're just like, oh, for you, it's an extra $20. They just don't seem to care.
Yeah.
It's like, I meant to adjust that to $250, not $200 this week, so it's $250 now.
But in the end, they can do what they want to.
No, they can.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Because when you have bourbon with your friends, I'm just going to stop. You just call them out on the internet. You can cut that out.
Nope.
Okay.
Staying in. Overall, I like that this kind of sits itself into premium, but not so much.
Yeah.
And to bounce off of a point that you made that we kind of glanced over a little bit. Yeah, we are in an era where the premium game is shifting for bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
And we are going to wind up paying more for products for a while. I don't know if that's ever going to stop.
Yeah.
I think we might just be in, at a point where that's just how it is. So,
yep.
I you got to change with the times. And if you, what's the line from the times they are changing? I don't know. You'll sink like a stone. That's all I can think of.
The ship that rises with everybody.
A rising tide lifts all ships.
Give me some a drop of the Phoenix blend. There you go. Yeah, dude. They smell similar but different.
They smell like I want to go to the Beaumont Inn.
This Innkeeper's one is perfect. Yeah, like Swan said, it smells like an inn.
It's also strange too because the house that I'm talking about is like 3 miles from the Beaumont Inn.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't realize you had family out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, the Phoenix is a little sweeter. The Innkeeper's got the savory note that stands out, but they are definitely right along the lines of the same series. So those are both so good.
Do you have a preference between the two?
Innkeepers.
I think so too, man.
Definitely. 100%. Neither are bad. Obviously, I like the Innkeepers more, but I think the Innkeeper gets you a little bit more depth, a little bit more to think about. And it does. It takes me back, like Swan said, it reminds me of stuff. This reminds me of, being younger and grand making that gravy. And, the house is a little older than what, I'm used to now and stuff like that.
Did you ever find out that your parents used the little packets of Bob Evans and they heated it up? And I'm like, my mom's making it from scratch.
No, they didn't do that.
Oh, it killed me.
My parents never made gravy unless it was Thanksgiving.
I was like 12 and I died inside a little bit when I saw that.
I can 100% say that my great-grandma and grand and now April, we've never used packaged gravy. We keep fat from bacon and stuff like that, and it's all like that would be like, I may not show up to the next episode if somebody made packaged gravy for me.
What about like dried potatoes?
Now get that mess out of here. No.
Dried potatoes?
No, he's talking about the mashed potatoes,
dehydrated
that
potatoes.
that look like little potato sticks and then like mush and it's just like powdered in a box.
I don't know what that is.
And then you add water. You add water or milk to it, and it becomes mashed potatoes.
Get out of here! Nope.
You're both wrong.
Out of here with that mess. Out of here with that mess. Real potatoes. Leave the skin on there too. Get a little something in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you gotta do it.
I suppose that we should probably
give this a
review
score.
this one with our scoring system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. Final score is out of 20. Multiply by 5 if you want to know what it is. Out of 100, I don't recommend it because it makes it sound like, if it's like a 15, that's like a 75 out of 100.
It's a big swing.
It is. But the thing is, usually about 15 is where we say, this is a buy. Yeah. You should absolutely grab a bottle of this. No, Swan, what do you give it?
I'm going to give it a 4.
Baby.
I think I'm going to give it a 4. Mostly because I feel like it is the weakest point of this whiskey.
Ooh, that's...
Whoa!
Yeah. And it's only because it doesn't represent how good the palate is.
Swan, you remember that each of these categories is out of 5, right?
Yeah.
No, I think me and Swan are going to have similar scores based on that.
I'm not too far off either.
Well, and I'm going to rank this one higher because, as I pointed out, it's nostalgic for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to ask you this too. Being Mr. Bourbon Snob now, does this hit some of the points for you that make you kind of feel like it's worth it?
Yeah, it does. It does.
What?
I don't know what you're doing.
Oh, I was just taking a picture of that.
Okay.
I'm going to text Dixon later. So.
It does hit some of the points. I think, personally, if you can have anything that makes you nostalgic, immediate bonus points.
Yeah.
But additionally, if you can get savory out of a whiskey, especially a double oaked, but then somehow balance it to the point that you're not like, oh my gosh, this is drying. There's too much oak going on. It's buried underneath something that I have to dig out.
Yeah.
You've done a really good job specifically on the blend.
This is so good.
4 on the nose for me.
Yeah. It just, everything about it is so well-rounded.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the craft that seems to have gone into making sure that everything is balanced on this is so evident.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 100% on board with a 4 on the nose. I could drink this all day, though, man. 4.5 on the palate.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on the palate.
Yeah.
Same.
I'm going to give it a 4.5.
It's just...
It's say.
What did you drop?
The little
the
challenge
challenge coin. It doesn't make me like... I'm... This sounds like a negative. I mean it as a positive. I'm not like overthinking things when I'm drinking it. Like not trying to get too like in the weeds of tasting notes and everything. I think it is just so inviting.
Oh yeah.
So easy to approach.
Well, I mean, I think there's a difference too between one note where it's like, oh, caramel, vanilla, oak, and then when you can be like, the one
Gravy
note
and
is
biscuits.
this reminds me of like going to grandma's house. Like it gives me a nostalgic factor.
yeah.
So when you can make that your one note, even if it's somewhat simple, it kills it.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth the 4.5.
I agree. I think when you smell it, you get a little bit of savory, and you're like, "Oh, this smells good. I love it." And then when you taste it, that's when it gives you the savory, or to me, it gives me the savory, but with that little bit of like sweetness and the biscuit and the jelly and stuff. It's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
like it's just took the nose and it's added even more to it when you drink it.
What about the finish though?
So I said that the nose was the weakest part. I think the finish is good. It just needs more proof. So by no means is it a bad finish. It's good. I just want it to be longer. I want a little bit more of a hug. So I feel like I'm going to give it about a 3.5.
See, I feel like I am spending a lot of time with it in really enjoying what's happening as it kind of expands on the back end as it goes into the finish. I'm about on par with the nose, so I'm going to give it a 4 as well, like I did with the nose on this one.
I'm a 4. I think it does. Maybe it could last a little longer, but I have no complaints about it. I'm just thinking of finishes of other stuff that I'm like, oh my God, this finish is like insane. But I think with that proof and with everything I get on the nose, the palate, and then the finish, it kind of just stays on that same track. It doesn't dip or go above. So I think it's a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think too there's a lot of people that are getting into bourbon now. You're seeing a lot of people just now get into it in like the last year. And if they can't find their beloved Buffalo Trace and they want to spend some money on something and you went with this is worth the price tag.
Mm-hmm.
So like he may have gone the more like, I need something that's a little smoother,
Yeah.
which is fine. It's totally fine because it appeals to a huge audience. And I mean, if I'm going to put a number on the price because of that, I'm also going to give it a 4.
I was bouncing back and forth between a 3.5 and a 4, which is kind of splitting hairs at that point. But I have to agree with you. I do think that there is an approachability to this for sure that even newer bourbon drinkers are going to be able to appreciate. But the overall presentation of it does make it feel more premium. But you're not just emptying your savings to pick up a bottle.
Yeah, I mean, if you could make the argument that why would I get this an average of 7 years that's blended well when I could go get an Evan Williams single barrel that's around 8 years that is just as smooth.
Yeah.
It's just an argument you can make. But if I also go drop $90 on any other, and I'm going to put this in quotations for the audio listeners, premium bottle,
Yeah.
and I spent $90 on it, you are going to have a lot more misses than you are wins in that category.
Yeah.
This one's a winner. So I would be, that's
Absolutely.
why I'd put it at a 4. Because, there's a few that are going to be outliers, like the Evan Williams.
Yeah, of course.
But there's so many more that if I spent $90 to $100 on a bottle, I'm going to go home and then try to convince myself for 2 weeks that it's the best thing I've ever had. And then I'm never going to finish the bottle because I don't like it that much.
What?
Nothing. I was just.
I thought you found another detail about it.
No, I texted Dixon and I said, I need to see you soon. Because I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah.
And the list of places that he's going over the next couple of months is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, nonstop. But price?
Five. I give it a 5. I think if you're paying $99 for this,
Yeah.
I could easily think of several things that are $300 that this competes with or is even better.
Yeah.
I think the characteristics of it makes you feel like you've got this ultra rare premium product that you don't mind spending the extra money for. But at the same time, you only paid $99 for it.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like, yes, it is available and all that, but it's not like this is like rolling out like every week on like shelves and shelves and shelves.
Yeah.
I think it's the perfect mix of like, I didn't break the bank, but I also bought something that's special, and maybe you can go back and grab another bottle before it sells out, and you can share it, and you can do all this, and it's a special blend. It's a special tasting whiskey. It's nostalgic, and I can't think of a better price for this than that $9,900 mark, because it's special, but it's also affordable. We're in a time now where $100 is almost, you buy a 4-year-old Nulu pick sometimes or whatever. Just name a pick and it's, over $100 sometimes.
I think that sometime in the near future, we need to do an episode that's called like the death of middle shelf bourbon.
Oh yeah.
Because and it's not to implicate 2XO in that case. It's to say that you're really only hitting like the bottom shelfers and the premium stuff at this point.
Yeah, you're either
especially in terms of quality.
You're either going in there going, I know what that $20 to $25 bottle I want now, or it's like, I'm going to just pay an extra $20 and get this more premium product as opposed to that thing that's sitting on the shelf at $75, $50.
Yeah.
You might as well just pay $20 more and get something that tastes $300 worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There's a lot of stuff leaving, and if it is there, it's because it's a well-established brand that's been around forever, like Knob Creek.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't envision Turkey 101 going up remarkably in price anytime soon. That being said, though, they are kind of like creeping in with price increases.
Yeah.
On Turkey 101.
Everybody is.
So it's fine. It is what it is. I understand that, they've got to survive, but
let me pose another question for you, because I feel like this bottle will be perfect for this scenario personally. Say you were having another kid and you needed a hospital pour, you grabbing this, you're grabbing Booker's.
This.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like this is well worth that like level of esteem, Like it's up there.
I can't recommend a hospital pour.
No.
I'm not legally allowed to do that.
Nope.
But this is good.
This is great, yeah.
Pairs well with the Jell-O from the cafeteria.
Jell-O. Oh, wait, we can't do that anymore. Sorry. Bill Cosby. Cancel. All right, like I said, we have a couple of barrel rings to get to this week.
What did you say your price was?
4.
4? Did you say?
Oh, I don't know if I explicitly said it, but 4 was
4.
my...
I mean,
This is 16.
17.5 for me.
16.5 for
Damn.
me. So, get you some.
Get that.
Get you some if you can find it. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
All right, so barrel rings.
Barrel rings?
Now.
Okay.
Same person left 2 voicemails about a week apart. But anyway.
I see one sentence on there that I'm
What's up,
already...
boys? This is Bill, your favorite Wisconsinite. I wanted to call and just let you know how excited I am about Timbip weekend. I got some goals. For the weekend.
Okay.
Let me tell you what those are.
Loses
Number one
virginity.
goal: have fun. Just have fun. I think that I can accomplish
some
that pretty
buttons.
easily. I have fun by myself all the time. So having fun with a
Get
bunch of
on the
other
show.
people should be pretty easy, I would think. Number two, I'm going to give Perry the best hug he's ever had. ADHD whiskey, watch out. I'm coming for you.
That means he's
Number
going to use an
three.
extra hand.
I'm going to kick Eric in the nuts
Oh.
just
Well,
because he deserves it. At some point, he did something to deserve it, so it's just going to happen. Number
that's not
four,
happening.
have fun. Can't reiterate that
He said
more
that
than
at number one.
a couple times.
He said he
Number
can't
5.
reiterate it either. And he,
Introduce you all to some awesome
Reiterated it.
Wisconsin whiskey. Gonna happen. You're gonna be converts. I might even have something special. We'll see.
I hope it's
But
chicken.
either way, looking forward to it. And you might as well throw me in as your number 3 co-host, because I'm gonna call y'all every week on this line to talk about 4 episodes past, because I'm so far behind. Anyway, love y'all. Peace out. Have a good time. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Fight Tom. Yada yada. Bye.
Fight Tom is what he said there.
Because of my post that
Yeah.
I'm always training to fight Tom, my buddy Tom.
Yeah.
I guarantee he does not get one of those goals. He will not kick me in the nuts.
Oh, yeah. I hope not.
And I'll put him in a headlock and I'll choke him out before he does that. So, Bill, that's one of my goals is if you try to kick me in the nuts, I will choke you out. And I will put you in the corner and you will wake up the next morning.
Bill's a big dude, too.
I'm a spider monkey.
Well, that settles it.
So,
And the second voicemail.
this was even longer.
Is it? No, it's not.
Oh, it looks longer.
Perry.
That's what she said.
Eric. It's your boy Bill sitting here in front of Panera Bread. I just
Ooh,
got
that's an
done
expensive
working
restaurant.
out. Hashtag fighting Tom. Which I don't even know what
Fight
that
Tom.
means. Eric, what does that actually mean? Who
It
is
means
Tom
that
and why are you fighting
my
him?
friend's a wrestler. His name is
Anyway.
Tom. I'm training to fight him.
I thought maybe I would add to your tips and bits. Not the naughty one, but the good one. Now, I know we talked about Panera and how expensive their food is, and the sandwiches are pricey, and it's all bread. But
Mhm.
have you joined their SIP club?
I
Now, I'll
love
tell
how it
you,
says strip
I
club
pass
on there.
Panera on the way home from the gym every morning, so it made sense. I got the SIP club. It's like $12, $13 a month. I get my coffee every morning before I head into the office. It's also nice when I'm out bourbon hunting for my friends and I get thirsty and I pass a Panera. I know I can just walk in, grab something to drink, and it's covered under my monthly membership. So, not sponsored by Panera, but thought that would be a good tip for y'all if you
Not a sponsor.
think it may not be
You can
worth it.
sponsor us,
Well,
though.
it is. So, all right, boys, have a good one. Peace out.
So
Panera's still not worth it.
I,
Even for the SIP club.
I ain't giving Panera $12 a month in a year. Like, I haven't been to Panera in so long. I pass by it just to get to something else.
That's so much money a year for. I mean, I guess you can. What is it? Unlimited drinks?
But what is there a Panera on every corner of Wisconsin?
It sounds like it.
I go bourbon hunting, and is there a Panera even in Bardstown?
He's getting like a broccoli cheddar soup because it's Wisconsin and they like their cheese.
Their cheese.
But like, does it really?
Am I going to Lawrenceburg and then stopping at Panera? They don't even know what Panera means in Lawrenceburg.
I only ever went to Panera because it was next to GameStop, and then they would do like
Right?
late night releases, and I'd be like, "Well, this is my opportunity to get
Yeah.
soup in a bowl that's bread," and then I would have it, and I'd hate it every
also
time.
known as the bread bowl.
I broke a tooth on Panera one time. Had to have surgery on my mouth.
That's absolutely horrible.
It was bad.
I don't like their bagels that much. They make better frisbees.
Yeah. Their
Go play
soup,
disc golf with some Panera bagels.
the broccoli cheddar soup is more broccoli than anything. I'm just eating a bowl of broccoli. For $12 a month, you can eat broccoli and break teeth on
No,
bread.
that's
It's
just the
just for the
drinks.
drinks.
Yeah.
That's not for everything.
No, it's the Sip Club.
Bill better come back with a better barrel rings next week. That's all I'm saying.
High proof hot takes?
Panera. Way overpriced. Hurts you. Not there's not a lot of them around here. So
It's fine. I'm okay with them not being on every corner.
yeah.
Swan, as the originator of this segment, high proof hot takes.
Oh, I haven't planned anything. I have no idea.
That's okay. Do you have anything off the top of your head that's been pissing you off this week?
What makes you mad? The first thing that pops in your head right now.
I just
Mighty Bourbon Chad. This is what Swan said. Don't worry about it.
it's Chad.
Actually,
He pisses me off. No,
he does though.
he does. Yeah, but it's okay. That's just a fact of life at this point.
Yeah.
No, I think.
Do you think he gets sad?
No,
I hope so.
Do you think he gets sad when he listens to this?
I really hope so.
he doesn't even listen. He acts like he does.
I love you, Chad.
He tells you a random thing. He'll listen for like 5 seconds, and then he'll text you and be like, "Oh man, that one thing I heard," and then that's all he does.
He's cheating on us with Louisville Bourbon Buzz.
Yeah.
Well, he's also on what's it? The other podcast.
It's all about the likes and
Bourbon Life.
yeah, it's all about the likes and the comments. For him.
Dan and Julie.
He's probably on them too.
No, I mean honestly, I had like a bourbon related high proof hot take the other day. I'm still upset that the Carters have not done a wine finished bourbon.
Okay, sorry.
That's it. That's all I got.
It makes sense though because of their wine background that they wouldn't have that. You think they're just trying to keep it like pure?
Well, I don't know because they do an American whiskey. That 27-year-old one is American whiskey, so they've already got out of the bourbon realm.
True.
I don't understand why they wouldn't do some sort of finished product. And if you're going to finish it, why not put it in your wine? Because I tried their wine; it's delicious.
There you go.
I think it would be huge for them to just put it together. That would be the first one that like I would be like some of my other friends that are huge into it, Brandon and Adam. They would. I mean, they literally will go store to store, just being like, "What old Carter release did you get in?" Like it's their thing.
It's not Old Carter. Pour a half of that, and then Swan. I'm not taking no for an answer.
Okay.
I've been saving this to share with you. It's not Old Carter.
Oh.
Ooh, it smells good though.
You and I have had this together before.
Ooh. It's older. Yeah.
Yeah, it's dusty.
Ooh.
Is that higher proof too?
Yes.
And it's dusty.
Yes.
Logic Creek.
Nope.
Not Creek.
Closer.
OGD
Bookers.
114.
This is the Bookers that we
from
drank
Todd.
with Todd.
Yeah.
1978 Bookers.
That is so good.
One of the best pours I've ever had in my life.
Ever.
That
Period.
is so good. That man's got some fun stuff. He's got that OGD 114 that he got.
Oh, in the box.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that pour. Yeah, I got a little sample of this from Todd,
That's good.
and
Whoops.
wanted to. Yeah, it's fine. You know, just trash my studio.
I didn't do it.
Perfect response. No, on Super Bowl Sunday, we
Yeah.
were fortunate enough to crack this with Todd,
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
and
I still want Chad to get that 1998 Booker's. It might be older. I forget.
the one that you got
That-
for
That has like the full wooden box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to sneak into his house.
I'm
And
just
just
trying to be part
It's
of
got
it.
the
pop it
like
open.
lever
Yep, that thing.
pulley, whatever. I don't know.
The guillotine.
Yes, it's got a finger guillotine on it. Tips and bits though.
I don't know if I even have any tips and bits.
Mandalorian.
Rapid fire. Yes, Mando. Episode 3. Which is the episode that I didn't like? 2 or 3?
3.
Okay, 3. Half of it I didn't get into, but then I came around to it. 4.
I loved episode 3.
4. I absolutely freaking bonkers loved. And then Baruto just ended.
For forever?
No, it's coming back.
Oh, okay.
But like it'd be like Naruto went like so many episodes, and then it came back as Naruto Shippuden, and like there was a time skip and stuff. Very emotional, very parent driven, all this stuff. If you watch anime, watch Naruto. It's awesome.
I haven't seen it in so long, but I loved it when I was like really into the shonen.
Yeah, and it's one of those things that starts out kind of like fun and kid and gets you kind of like, what is going on? And then all of a sudden it takes this turn for like this whole like serious, like emotional ride of stuff. And then Swan. I recommend Swan. What do you recommend, Swan?
I recommend Me Too.
Yeah, there you go. Female listeners.
You recommend
World Tour.
hashtag Me Too?
No. Hold up. Hold up. You're putting words in my mouth.
Well, I just want to clarify for the listeners.
Yeah, cut that out. No, I'm just kidding.
Nope.
Leave it in there.
It's staying in, boys.
I honestly just have been
Studying.
really keeping up with like I've like tried to get back in touch with like keeping up with fun people from, I'm not gonna say my childhood, but like this last week I just went on a deep dive of like everything T-Pain's done. I think I sent you part of that.
You did, yeah. You were talking about the cover he did.
Drifter.
Yeah. And so like
a race card.
So I was like, I watched some clip and it popped up and it was just like, oh, this dude's drifting. I was like, oh, that's kind of a cool car. And then on the side of it, it says T-Pain. And I'm like, absolutely not. What are they, just a big fan? And then it zooms in on him with this helmet that's just like squishing his head. And he's just whipping the thing, going nuts. And I didn't realize he did so many covers.
Whip that thing.
He did a whole album.
Yeah.
Above the covers, I think it's called. Or on top of the covers.
Insane. And I mean, just recently he did.
It's not under the covers.
He did a Black Sabbath cover, and it's just crazy to listen to. So like, just kind of getting back into like what some of these people are doing has been fun.
Ooh, if you're looking at me, I'm at the bar.
The one that this is the one that Lucy sent me.
Shout out, Lucy. Doesn't even have auto-tune on.
No. He's insane. He's also got a full Tiny Desk concert that he did.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and like, it's so strange. I don't know what it is about him. I'll watch this stuff, and then 2 weeks I'll completely forget. And then like a year later, it pops back up. I was like, T-Pain can do what now? Yeah. It was just kind of fun to just go down the rabbit hole.
He's a big gamer, too.
Huge. Yeah, Twitch gamer.
He's got his own Twitch channel that
is massive.
Which I think like he's even said that he would rather do that full time than do music or something to that effect. Like he's more interested in making the Twitch thing.
I mean, wouldn't you, if like you were like a Grammy winning artist, that when you make things that really show off your music capability, people are like, oh, that's awesome. Look at this thing. Yeah. And like, so, I mean, I don't blame him.
It's called diversifying your portfolio. So you know all about that.
Yeah, but it's oh man, but it was ridiculous to just kind of like, what has T-Pain done? And like you just look through it, and I just had a good time kind of just researching it.
The man's a genius.
Yeah,
he was on. The podcast ended because stuff happened with Gus Johnson, but Gus and Eddie, when they were still doing podcasts, they interviewed T-Pain, and phenomenal interview. I mean, just the amount of like respect that I gained for him. Not because like I didn't like disrespect him before, but it was just like, oh, I
just did not realize.
I didn't understand. Yeah. He's so diverse in what he does. It just absolutely blew my mind.
Yeah.
I would argue the most underrated voice in music right now too.
Yeah, he's crazy.
People need to be talking about it.
I've also been listening to the Chuckle Sandwich podcast.
Don't know anything about that.
You probably know somebody on it, but you don't know of the podcast.
Really?
Yeah. If you know, you know, baby.
No, Ted Nivison hosts it.
Oh, yeah. No. I do know that because I think I watched an episode that he did with the guy who has kind of a scraggly beard.
Jay Schlatt.
Yes, Schlatt.
Yeah. Who's also hilarious.
Oh, I think he's funnier than Ted.
I want to do one of his concepts with all of us. He has like this semi truck like simulator.
Yes.
And he just gets hammered.
Yeah.
And then he's just like going for a late night drive. It just stops in the simulator. He's like running over guardrails and people and cars.
The
and like
only drunk driving that we
endorse.
We endorse.
The funniest one that I watched recently was the billboards video.
Yes.
And it's pictures of like the middle America Bible Belt billboards where it's like call this number for the truth.
Do you hate this baby?
Yeah.
Say no.
But Schlatt like calls the number and I can't even remember. I'll link it in the description because it's so genuinely in the moment ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like he had impure thoughts or something. I can't remember exactly what it was.
It's great. Just check that out.
I have been watching a lot of Ted recently.
Ted's great. Even though he like, if I'm looking at my computer while I'm doing something in the kitchen, I was like, Kurt?
Yeah. You think it's Curtis?
Yeah. Every time. He looks just like Kurt.
I don't know what's happening.
Hold on. I probably have a tab open. No, not him.
Oh, those cute guys. Oh, those. I've seen one of these. Yeah. Okay, I got it now. Makes sense. I understand.
Ted's hilarious.
He's great.
He's really, really funny. I also watched recently the video of he went to the creepiest it was like store in America.
That was the Nerds one that remember you sent me. Because he did it, he goes, and
he did the Nerds rope.
I ate too much of the Nerds rope. And
yeah,
I said,
which is exactly what happened to you.
I know that feeling.
Do you know that story?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Anyway,
check him out. He's great. There's just a
really,
plethora
really
of
funny
stuff to look at, and everybody he collaborates with is usually pretty good too. So you can find a lot of cool people off
his
of it.
1 million subscriber video where he made other YouTubers just eat meatloaf.
I like that one, and then the classic video of him just going to every single rainforest cafe.
Oh
yeah.
And I think I like Eddie's video a little bit better. Like they play off of each other, but Eddie's video is so much drier and so much more like I hate myself for doing any of this. But Ted, in comparison, is so excited to go to all of these rainforest cafe locations, and then his truck breaks down.
Yeah.
Sorry for the spoilers, but good stuff. I went through a couple of books this week. Under an Outlaw Moon, by Dietrich. His last name starts with a K. I can't remember. It's a like Bonnie and Clyde style story.
Okay.
Really, really good. Set in the late 1930s. Easy read. I think the audiobook was like 6 hours. And then the book that the new Tom Hanks movie, A Man Called Otto, was based off of, a man called Uwe. Frederick
Jay-Z?
Bachman is the... No, it's O-V...
Hova.
Ova. Uwe.
Ova.
It's a Hoover.
Hoover.
You're so close. That's a vacuum.
It's a... That's what I was about to say.
Hoover.
You beat me to it by a second.
Hoover.
I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson. We're talking about vacuums in space.
Over.
Eva.
Eva. Eva Evangelion.
Yeah. Anyway, A Man Called Uva
Anyway.
is the book. Fredrik Backman is the author. Norwegian, I think, or Swedish. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Me too.
Sure. What is that? What is that sentence? What was that comeback?
Me too.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I just
Hashtag me too.
We forgot.
second time in. Look at me go.
Hands down, one of the best books I've ever read.
Nice.
It just was so compelling and so full. It like there are parts of it that were comedic as well, even though the substance is very heavy. The background on it is that Uva's wife dies, and he's ready to end his life so that he can be with her again.
Yeah.
Perry, I want to be happy. I don't know about
No,
all that.
it's funny. Like there are genuinely funny moments in it.
Those jokes were like, "Oh, if my wife did this, it'd be over, baby."
This is like I think you should leave sketch where the guy like has his the play. Yeah, if you had my wife, you'd be clugging a few of these too.
Yeah, my wife, I want to be gone into the grave as well. You know what I'm saying?
Who's Jimmy Pesto? Not Jimmy Pesto. That's Bob's Burgers. Yeah. What's the name of that character? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. Anyway, really, really great book. I'm still working my way through the entirety of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I've realized I have not seen all of.
There's a lot.
There's 4 seasons worth.
There's a really, really good live action movie.
The Last Airbender.
Stop it.
You should check it out.
It's so good, right?
It's the best.
With Ong
Yes.
and Sokka.
Netflix has got the real one coming out though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I
we'll see how
heard that one
goes.
was significantly better, which is not. It's not a hard thing to do.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
I'm not shamalama ding dong.
go watch. Okay, so I'm a moderator for this channel, but Razzle, they do commentaries. They did one with The Last Airbender, where one of the guys, Zach, thought that they were about to watch Avatar.
Oh, James Cameron.
And they pulled a switcheroo on him, and he hates that movie because he loves the show so much.
Yeah.
But like last second, they pulled a switcheroo, and he knew from the moment that the logo came up
yeah.
what they were watching.
That's
really,
rough.
really funny stuff. Also, your camera, it looks like you're just falling into the abyss.
Don't worry about it.
Here.
It'll be all right.
Is this better?
I'm afraid to touch it.
Is this better?
Probably for the best. It'll be knocked over by the time we're done.
That's okay.
Which is soon, right?
Not if you join the Patreon.
Sure, yeah.
Patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast. You can go back and get plenty of extra stuff for as little as $1 a month. You can just support the show. It's just like the $1 you leave under your seat or the cushion. But at $5, you get all the fun stuff, the bonus stuff, the uncut stuff, the stuff that probably we shouldn't say to the masses. But we'll say it if you pay us. Just go to the Patreon. And you know what else? You get first shot at the new barrel pick from Harrodsburg Bourbon Company.
And all tiers have access to the Discord channel, which these two guys know is something else.
Yeah. I don't just go hang out in the no one under 18 spot with me. And I've learned that I can time out people because I got the power. So I've made for some reason, I don't know who let My Daily Bourbon into our Discord. I didn't.
Couldn't tell you.
But I've decided that when I'm going to plan the times I get on Discord, and I'm going to go on there really fast and time him out for like 3 hours, and then I'm going to come back, and then I'm going to type something and see if I get some reaction so I don't have to worry about finding them. But yeah, join the Discord if you're on Patreon. If you want to join the Discord, join the Patreon. If you want to get tickets to the live show, they're out everywhere. Patreon was the first place you can get them. But yeah, we've got the link in pretty much everything. We're going to have a live show with Peggy No Stevens. Hopefully Swan's there. We're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff. And you can get a barrel pick So, yeah. If you want to get some merch, you can go to bourbonshop.threadless.com. We're going to have some stuff coming up for that, stuff for the meetup, the weekend. Who knows what'll be on there. If you want to send in a barrel ring segment and try to be the new king of barrel rings in the throne bill, you can send us a voicemail.
Never.
We'll play it. We'll reply to you. You'll be on the show. 859-428-8253.
Guys, I don't have this memorized. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, our teleprompter failed for this
I just
one,
look
so.
terrified.
Do
Every
you
time
know where
do
you
it.
can send an email to us?
No.
This is my bourbon shop. This is my bourbon shop.
You were
at
consecutively on the show for
gmail.com.
longer than anybody.
Yeah, I just don't pay attention. I talk into a mic.
Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
it.
Fair
Just
enough.
send an email there if you want us to review something.
This is my bourbon shop at gmail.com.
Yeah, you want us to review something, pair something, whatever you want. You can go to all social media. You can follow the show at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow Perry for his personal stuff. P. Ritter 1792. There's also, I found out, a Perry Ritter Music Instagram.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't really do anything with it, but sure, yeah, go follow
him
it.
some
Why
followers.
not?
Not yet. He's going to.
Under 100 followers.
Well,
if we get to
let's
100
get him-
followers, then I'll post, I don't know.
Nudes. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. I'm doing pairings. I'm making videos, pairing whiskey. I got Anna Monday coming back. Follow me follow me at Whiskey Mutant on Instagram and at TikTok. You can follow Swan at Swan TBF. Tell them what you do on there, Swan.
I'm me. I don't. That's like my personal. I don't do anything.
Are you the problem?
I am always a problem.
It's him.
He's not
the problem.
the problem. He is a problem.
He's the problem.
Yep.
So call him out on all social media because that's what you're supposed to do when you have a problem with somebody. You call him out on social media. If you want to watch us live, not live, you want to watch us with video, you can go to youtube.com. All the videos and episodes are there.
Live streams.
Perry goes live every Thursday at 8.
Yeah.
And then just spread the word. Send letters. Tell people about us. Everything helps. Swan, send us home. Tell us something. Look into the camera. Give some advice. Some words of wisdom. Something that matters.
Guys, this is not going to be Patreon appropriate if you let me go down this route.
All right, fine. Well, we will see you guys next week. Thank you all so much for listening, as always. I don't know what we're doing next time. We're figuring that out very
Got him
quickly.
to take over so quick. He broke like that. I love it.
Well, I know when a thing is falling apart, and we're
Thing
gonna.
is falling.
It is
Look
falling.
at this. Boner.
Oh my gosh, you're disrupting our camera too.
Just
We'll see you guys.
Quality.
See you guys next week. Until then, I am Perry,
I'm Eric.
And I'm Swan.
and this is my Bourbon Podcast.
Say bye, Swan.
Bye.
Bye, Swan.
Bye, Swan.